evening, cult members, and welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And we're back into the flow a little bit of things, and we're going to do a review of Netflix original movie, The Last Days of American Crime.
Right.
This is starring Edgar Ramirez? Edgar Ramirez.
Yeah.
Who was Zero Dark 30 and American Crime Story and a bunch of stuff. That's one of those guys that you're like, oh yeah, I know who that guy is.
Yeah.
And he's a really, really good actor.
Yeah.
I really like him. This, however, is not anyone's best attempted. It was.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
It was rough. The gentleman who directed this movie is a French director by the name of Oliver Megaton. Megaton. He
That's
did.
A fake name.
Actually, it is a made up name. He was born with the name. I was reading ahead. He was. Where did it go? It's right there. Hi, I'm on IMDb. He was born with the name of Oliver Fontana, and took it. But he did the third Transporter movie. Which is actually way better than the second one. Like the second one's dumpster fire,
but not as good as the first.
Not as good as the first one. And he did Taken 2 and 3.
Okay.
And the first Taken was amazing. Second Taken was okay, and the third Taken was really bad. And then Colombian with Zoe Saldana as a hit person, actually, which it's one of those movies that kind of slipped through the cracks for us, but apparently it's actually pretty fun.
Oh, okay.
Very much feel of the Losers kind of kind of feel,
kind of silly, serious.
yeah. Miami Vice kind of feel too.
Yeah.
But in The Last Days of American Crime is based off of a graphic novel.
Yeah.
From Image Comics, and I have not read the comic. This movie does not make me want to go read the comic.
No, I think maybe that was the problem. They were trying to
embrace it.
pay homage, I guess, maybe to the graphic novel, and that's a very specific skill set, right?
Yes. Yes.
I can't think of either of them right now. The Mel Gibson, they just came out with a new one. Charlize Theron and was in the new one. Oliver Miller.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson was in the original ones, and then they remade the new one. It had Charlize Theron in it. Jesus.
Oh, Mad Max.
Mad Max. Thank you, Jesus. It was a long way to get there. It's a very specific skill set. You kind of have to embrace the absurdity.
Yes, yeah.
Instead of trying to shove it down your throat constantly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how I felt this movie was.
It was what I expected. The premise of the movie is that crime in America is unchecked,
right.
essentially, and
right.
the government has been working on this technological fix is pretty much what they're going to do,
right.
and it's going to send out a signal that is going to stop your brain from functioning your body if you consciously know that you're doing something that is wrong.
Right.
Is essentially what it is.
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law, yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah. And so, murder and rape and robbing banks and all that kind of stuff would be obsolete.
And the premise of that sounds amazing. But
yes.
They really only touched on it a couple of times.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was weird.
It was. I really thought it was going to be kind of Polar like.
Yeah.
With an action set scene to set up the next action set scene, set up the next one,
Right.
and with the big heist at the end. It's a heist movie with sci-fi elements. It's like right in my wheelhouse of everything that I want.
Yeah.
And that gritty kind of idea of dystopian future, a little bit, not too much dystopian, but it's obviously there's definitely a thing of
Right. It's maybe
open
like
crime season,
10
essentially.
years in the future or something. It's not super in the future.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Or
yeah.
it could be next Tuesday.
Could.
But just the idea is really cool. But they never. I mean, even the heist was,
Yeah.
It like they never. It was all character development and character development and character development. And now we got to do the backstory on the fourth guy in the right's backstory. And I just
And the girl gets introduced in like the first 10 minutes, and you're like, okay, that's what this is going to be about, right? Is this girl? She's going to be the catalyst for why this guy gets involved in this to begin with, and yeah.
And my problem with her, her name is. Talk amongst yourselves. I had it right here.
She should be.
No, it's in messed up order on IMDb.
Oh.
So, but she plays. She's in A Force Awakens. When they go to Maz Kanata's castle, and there's the big kind of gangster-looking alien, the girl that's kind of hanging on him.
Right. Isn't she a Twi'lek?
She's got a really cool headdress, and I can't think of what it is. But
Yeah.
anyways, it's that character. She's an important character in the canon of Star Wars. We're not going to have a Star Wars conversation, but she is the main MacGuffin.
Yeah.
She's the MacGuffin, and I really struggled with her character and what they did with her throughout a lot of the movie, because she was sexy and strong and independent, and then she was dependent on this weasel of a guy, and then she's working the program with the FBI, and then she's the damsel in distress, can't do anything, and then she's kicking ass later, and it's like pick a thing with her, she's obviously, she's definitely playing the stereotype, of a damsel in distress. And they force drugs on her at one point in time. And then she like throws it up, and then she's better. It's just like I just all of the elements for what I would literally like out of a movie like this are all sitting there.
Yeah,
they're just not placed right.
No, definitely just didn't flow well at all.
The flow is very weird, and there's a lot of like I was saying, a lot of setup for not a lot of payoff.
Yeah.
There is, the heist itself is okay, but there's a pretty cool shootout. And there's a pretty cool opening scene. Like if the opening scene was like, oh, we have promise here with the opening scene.
Yeah.
And that opening scene plays a factor later on, and that scene's cool. So there's 2 or 3 scenes in here where like this is cool.
Yeah.
But then it grinds to a halt to do exposition on characters, and I, as much as I love good character development in action-y sci-fi movies, you can't stop the movie for 15 minutes to explain why this guy needs to care about anybody, or this girl needs to care about anybody, or whatever. And so it just I'm highly disappointed.
Yeah. It was not anything as was promised.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will save you the pain of having to watch this movie, and
it's like 3.5 on IMDb. Out of 10,
it's bad.
So and they tend to be a little bit more lenient than like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. So
right, yeah.
So anything else you want to say?
Not really.
Oh, not me either. So let's give it a score.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
1.75. Nice. Look, a movie that we actually didn't like.
Yeah.
It happens occasionally.
We usually get one a year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Netflix, and so, they're throwing a lot of stuff
if
against the
Michael
wall.
Bay had done this movie, it would have been amazing.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it would have been full Michael Bay-ness with the idea of this sci-fi bank heist would have been really cool.
Yeah.
I really want to see Michael Bay's version of this.
Yeah. There was kind of the bank heist, was it called The Heist?
Yeah.
But it without the mind
Yeah.
thing. It
Yeah.
wasn't an implant. The mind.
Yeah. We're
messing
going to
with
send
your
out a
mind
signal on
thing.
5G network and
Yeah.
turn your brain off when you try to be a bad guy.
And yeah, it was. They didn't go anywhere with that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
They talked a little bit about how. Anyways, we don't like the movie. Thank you for watching our review. Let us know what you thought of the last days of American Crime in the comments down below. Be nice to us. You can flame the movie if you want. And like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And we're on all the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And until the next time, when we'll actually have a movie that we really like. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.